Heartbreak. Ugh, it's something pretty much everyone goes through. But man, it can make you feel like you're the only person on the planet. So today, we're going to skip the whole just get over it advice. Instead, we're going to talk about something way more powerful. How to come back home to yourself. And how true is this? One day, your phone is buzzing constantly, and the next, it just stops. Dead silence. And honestly, that quiet can be the absolute hardest part. But facing that emptiness, really acknowledging it, that's the first real step toward filling that space again. But this time, with something just for you. You know, so many people think the goal is to just jump back out there, find someone new, and replace what you lost. But let's be real, that's usually just a band-aid. The real journey, the one that actually works, it's not about replacing anyone. It's about remembering you.
So, you've got two paths, right? There's that frantic impulse to find a replacement, basically slapping a Band-Aid on a really deep wound. Or there's the other path. It's quieter, yeah, but it's so much more powerful. It's the journey of remembering who you were before all this and rediscovering those little parts of yourself that maybe got put on a shelf for a while. The whole game changes when the focus shifts from them back to you.
Okay, here's a thought that can change everything. What if you reframe this whole thing? What if it's not an ending at all, but a redirection? Think of it like this. It's a sign that you've outgrown that situation. You've changed, you've leveled up, and now you deserve a love that actually matches the incredible person you're becoming. Okay, so that sounds great, but how do we actually do it? Let's break it down. We're going to walk through 5 gentle, totally doable ways to start this journey back to you. And please remember, this is not a race, it's a slow, kind process. So, here's our roadmap. First, we allow ourselves to feel everything. Then, we detach, but with compassion. After that, we reconnect with ourselves. Then, we rewrite our own story. And finally, we learn to believe in new beginnings again. We're going to go through each one step by step. Just remember to be gentle with yourself, one breath at a time. All right, step 1, and this one is so important. There's this massive pressure from everywhere to just be okay, to get over it and fast. But that's not how it works. Real healing, I mean the deep kind, it only starts when you give yourself permission to not be okay, to just let the feelings come without judging yourself for having them. So, what does allowing yourself to feel actually look like? Well, it can be messy. It means letting yourself have that big, ugly cry. It means giving yourself permission to just do nothing and rest. It means grabbing a journal and writing it all out, or calling a friend and talking until you can't talk anymore. None of this is weakness. It's processing. You're letting those emotions move through you instead of letting them get stuck inside. Okay, on to step 2. Detach with compassion. Now, I know detachment can sound kind of cold, right? But that's not what this is. This is actually an act of radical self-kindness. It's not about pretending they never existed or trying to erase your memories. It's about finally giving yourself the peace you absolutely deserve. And this can be super practical. We're talking about things like it is 100% okay to step back from seeing certain people for a bit. It's okay to hit that mute or unfollow button, seriously. And yeah, if reading those old texts just brings a fresh stab of pain every single time, deleting them isn't about erasing history. It's an act of deep kindness to the person you're going to be tomorrow. Step 3. I love this one. After you've waded through the tough feelings and created some space for yourself, this is where you start to gently, slowly come back home. You know how in a relationship your lives kind of merge? Well, this step is all about rediscovering the things that are purely, wonderfully yours. And we're not talking about huge, dramatic gestures here. It's all about the small stuff, like taking a walk just because, or making yourself a meal that you absolutely love and actually sitting down to enjoy it. Or maybe it's creating a playlist that just feels like pure sunshine. Every single one of these little acts, it's like you're laying another brick to rebuild that beautiful home that is you. All right, step 4. This is a big one. This is where we take our power back. It's so easy to feel like an ending is some kind of personal failure, right? Like it's the defining moment of your story. But this step is about actively, consciously rejecting that idea. The end of that relationship, that was just a chapter. It was never the whole book. And please, hear this. Your value, your kindness, your sense of humor, your dreams, your worth, that stuff is baked into who you are.
It was there long before this relationship, and guess what? It is 100% intact right now. It was never, ever up for debate or dependent on someone else telling you it was there. So after you've done all this hard work, the feeling, the detaching, the reconnecting, something starts to shift inside. You'll notice it. You start to kind of gently look towards the future again. And that brings us to our final step, believing in new beginnings. Now, this is not about forcing yourself to feel excited or rushing to find someone new. The key word here is quiet. It's that subtle little shift inside you. It's the first time you hear what used to be your song and you feel a little warmth, a little nostalgia, instead of that sharp sting of pain. Or maybe it's when you see a happy couple on the street and you feel a tiny flicker of hope instead of bitterness. That's it. That's the quiet, hopeful turning of the page. And all of this, all these steps, they lead to what might be the most important realization of all. It's the ultimate perspective shift on what heartbreak even is. Just let this sink in for a second. No matter how shattered you feel right now, you are not broken. You are whole. The pain is real, I'm not denying that, but it doesn't change the fact that you, at your core, are whole. Instead, you're becoming. This whole messy, painful, beautiful process, it's forging you into the next version of yourself. You are actively, right this very second, in the process of becoming. So, it all comes full circle, back to where we started. If you remember one thing from all this, let it be this. Healing is not about looking outside yourself for a replacement. It's an inward journey. It's about remembering and rediscovering the absolutely incredible person who has been there the entire time. It's about coming home to you. So I'll leave you with this final thought. The pen is in your hand. The next page is completely blank, and it is filled with so much possibility. The only question is, what are you going to write?